Happy Monday, folks. We got a lot of actually Lions news to cover the day after the Super Bowl. And hopefully this is the video that I'll be making today and not another one, because there's a rumor going around that's a little bit worrisome for us Lions fans. Well, let's go ahead and get started with this video right now. Okay, here, folks. So let's go ahead and get into the latest Lions news and rumors. And this one actually popped up 2 days ago, and it's legit could happen. And this is crazy because we just hired Mike Kafka. He could be leaving to the Seattle Seahawks OC because the OC just became the new head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Just happened. Some people I've talked to here in San Francisco think Seattle's coach Mike McDaniel will want to keep a similar Kubiak-style system in place. Seattle's very impressed with Mike Kafka. During his head coaching interviews 2 years ago, he's now a senior assistant in Detroit and could be a name to watch. And look, this has happened before, right? Where you can hire a coach and then a little bit later they go somewhere else. Why is that? Because this stuff happens in the NFL, and I hope this is not the case. We do not want to lose Mike Kafka, whom we just acquired, to help out this offense with Jared Goff and Drew Petzing. But it is a real possibility that this could occur. Now, I hope it doesn't happen. We don't need this. How can we get poached with a guy that we haven't even used to coach? They're poaching our coaches that ain't even coached us. It's crazy. We're such a good organization, man, I swear. So, do you think that Mike Kafka is going to get poached and be the Seattle Seahawks OC? Why for yes and for no? Give me your thoughts in the comments below. 3 Super Bowl standouts the Detroit Lions should go after in free agency. Thank to Mike Payton from A to Z Sports. Check him out, his article and YouTube channel. Boye Mafe. Absolutely. Pass rusher, we've talked about it endlessly. Kobe Bryant, cornerback. And I got to say this. Tariq Woolen. I don't think he's on this list, but I think Tariq Woolen would be a great addition to the Detroit Lions. The big cornerback, he has played amazing for Seattle this year. And I think the Lions should target him if you can acquire him. Right? I know it's going to be difficult. You have DJ Reed, who right now his contract is not good and his production is not that well, so it'd be quite difficult. But that would be one to get. And I think Woolen's price is skyrocketed. Let's keep it a buck. Safety Kobe Bryant, absolutely. We seen him in the game yesterday. We need safety help. It will be interesting because we don't know what's going on with Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch. We just don't know. It's a huge question mark. But I think the Lions could get a safety. They probably could do it in the draft. That's probably a route they can go, but they could absolutely get a free agent and pick somebody in the draft. They may need to. And he's talking about tackle there for the Patriots. I think Tariq Woolen would be the guy I'd go after if you're talking about those. Also, we got some Lions news here. Jets hire Lions position coach as their new passing game coordinator. Lions assistant tight ends coach Seth Ryan join Aaron Glenn in New York. Oh, well, not that big of a deal. You know, again, is a positional coach. You're going to lose some of them. Hell, last year we lost, I feel like, half of our coaches. We lost everybody. This year, not so much. Just a few. Mike Kafka may get poached here. But they'll be able to be perfectly fine with this. They'll be perfectly fine. And that position coach, honestly, that's where you could have someone like, I thought I said Ryan Gosling. That's where you guys have Dan Skipper come in here, the assistant offensive line coach. And that's where I think he is going to be hired at. So you can see a situation relatively soon. We hear Dan Skipper hired as Lions assistant offensive lines coach. I expect that. What we don't want to hear is how Mike Kafka was poached. We don't want to hear that. That is a no-go. Let's do a quick little fun one here. Jahvid Best, former Lions running back, as you all know, fast guy, he became a police officer for San Francisco. Huge shout out to you, Jahvid Best, man. That's awesome. Obviously it's obviously not as much as getting rich in the NFL and being an NFL running back. Jahvid Best was awesome. I met him in Ford Field, I think 2011, 2012 during the Bears game. Real nice guy. Wish him nothing but the best. And look, you have to have post-career if you want to do something, right? And he had all these concussions. Now he can do something, for the local community of San Francisco. So shout out to Jahvid Best, man. We wish him nothing but the best. And so in the comments, we all remember his number. Throw 44 in the comments, man. That's Jahvid Best's old number. We like old Jahvid Best here. Throw him some love in the comments. The fast, speedy back. I tell you what, Jahvid Best, if he didn't have concussions, he would have been exceptional. He would have put up some massive numbers. Massive numbers. If he didn't get those concussions. He is truly one of those injuries screwed up his career. All right, more Lions get unexpected news and makes Maxx Crosby rumors. It's the same stuff it's Maxx Crosby Monday, right? It's going to be going on until this stuff gets taken care of. Why is that? He is the biggest name, potentially be traded. But he, like it's saying here, it's just saying basically he wants out. Maxx Crosby is going to outright saying it, but to the coaches and general managers around the league, it's pretty obvious. The Las Vegas Raiders, our edge rusher, is highly interested in pursuing a change of scenery. Diana Rossini. Crosby remains under contract, but there's a strong sense on the league circles that he could be there, but take it for despite the Raiders likely demanding a high price. They could be a Micah Parsons-like package. And that's what they want to do there. There's going to be competition, like it says. There's going to be plenty of teams that's wanting to get him. Plenty of teams. And all I ask, and what I would say for Lions fans, is just for them to attempt to pursue it. That's all you got to do. If you fail, you fail. I mean, look, I don't want to be a stupid idiot organization where we're going to give up 3 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks for... That would be absolutely ludicrous. You don't want to overspend for anything, right? If a team wants to do the Albert Haynesworth type of deal and then it kind of screws up, or if they want to do a massive trade that could really potentially hurt your franchise for a long time, I'm not down for that. But if we're talking about something that we can handle, that's something I would do. But that is going to be up to the organization and what they got to be, thinking and considering about. Offseason moves, and it's going to be happening relatively quick. What they're thinking here is making Jahvid Best the highest paid running back in the NFL, as he should be. We are waiting for, there's going to be a couple contracts that's going to be happening this offseason. The Jahmyr Gibbs one is 1,000% happening. And he has earned every dollar. He's going to be the highest paid. And hopefully it's like a 5-year deal. He'll be on this team for a long time. His talent has shown that he deserves to get this money. His talent alone. There is no question that he is going to get paid of the 4 that we always talk about. The 4 coming up. Gibbs is good. Jack Campbell is going to get paid as well. All-pro linebacker. He is just a great at run stuffing. He is always there, the ultimate professional. He's always on the field. There's no distractions. He's an insert. You don't even hear his name type of guy, right? So that's exactly what Dan Campbell wants. So he's going to be your long-term. He'll eventually get that long-term deal. And those 2 would probably happen before the other 2. The other individuals when it comes to those extensions. That's the Brian Branches. And, of course, Sam Laporta. Okay, if you could only have one of those four not make the team, say you could sign 3, who would it be? Of the 4, who would you not have on the team? Sam Laporta, Brian Branch, Jack Campbell, Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm not saying they can't get all 4. They could. But what do you think? I believe, and this is what I want the Detroit Lions to see, is just to see how those two are doing. We don't know the extent of the injuries of Brian Branch and Sam Laporta. I think Sam Laporta will be good, because we're hearing pretty good things about him right now. Brian Branch, not so much, because his is relatively sooner. Like his just happened. Wait for them, see how they're doing in a training camp or in mini camp, and then the start of the season, because Brian Branch he may not be ready to play for halfway through the season. That's the thing with BB. He may not be halfway, but you can see the progress. You know, is he ahead of schedule? Is he behind schedule? What is it looking like? And if he's not ready, I don't think you should pay Brian Branch until you see him play on game day. Because we just don't know, and we got to be smart. And again, it's not like they're free agents after this year. They can just go ahead and if they didn't want to sign Brian Branch, they sign everybody else. They can franchise them, or they can figure it out at the end of the year. They always do it a year ahead. This is a good organization in regards to contracts. So, yeah, I do think that Gibbs will get done relatively soon. I do. I do think Jack Campbell will probably be right behind him. Sam Laporta will probably be number 3. It's kind of what's going with. So what do you guys think that's going to happen over here? What do you guys think, man? It's going to be interesting how this thing plays out. With that said, folks, adios.